Hello, everyone, and welcome back. Hello, Jean Mitton.
Marco.
We are here discussing Jean's book. We are at lesson two, number 4. Be kind no matter what. Be kind to all. Yes, especially that one.
Okay, so now I just want to say something. Last time you got into trouble because you
Mhm.
couldn't pronounce my surname.
Correct.
This time, to all those guys out there that moaned that I wasn't correcting Marco about my surname, how awake were you in those first 60 seconds, 60 minutes, 61, not 60 seconds, 60 seconds, okay? When I said I'm not my name, I'm much, much
Oh,
more than my name. So there you are. Now
yes.
you corrected too.
Ah, lovely. And that's right. We are not just our name, it's just something that we get identified in.
Yes. I corrected everybody till I woke up.
Yes. And now, on that note, let's talk about kindness.
Hmm. Kindness is interesting. If we all be kind to each other, we won't have any trouble in the world, will we?
Yeah, of course. I think it's the Dalai Lama that said his religion is kindness.
Yes. And the Buddhists believe in loving kindness.
That's right, yes. And that goes a long way. I mean, gee whiz, I can just imagine a world
Mm.
where everyone's kind to each other.
Mm.
And do you think that could ever be possible?
I think when we're conscious and aware, yes. Just to tell you a little story, a lady that that I looked after, when I went into her house, she was obviously Buddhist of belief system. We all have a belief system, whether we practice or not, another story. But there were Buddhists everywhere around her house, and she was the most cantankerous old baggage I've known. Okay, I think she fired one carer a week for 4 weeks in a row. And when I said to her, "But isn't Buddhism about loving kindness?" she was even more grumpy. So, kind, I believe we can all be kind, and especially to that one.
Let's talk about that one.
Well, the good book says, bless those that curse you, love those that hate you, be kind to those that are awful to you, etc., etc., etc. We don't do any of that. So, what is that all about? Well, I believe if Jesus was here, he'd be kind to that one, especially that horrible one. Because the only way that horrible one can change is by us being kind to him. By joining him, nothing's going to change.
But he was the one that hung around and helped the prostitutes, the beggars,
Yes,
the poor, the
absolutely.
destitute. So he wasn't one.
Absolutely. So
Uh,
why, if we're following him, then
yeah,
why are we not doing that? Why must we exclude that one?
that one.
That's the first one that should be included.
Yeah, but it's tough, I think,
You said life
because
was easy.
yeah, being conscious and practicing living a conscious life is very tough. But what's the process in being kind or loving that one?
I think you have to be aware to this one. This one standing in front of me now is being very horrible. And I can join him in this instance, or I can choose to just be so nice that he doesn't know what's hit him.
Surprise them.
Surprise them.
Uh,
Surprise them by being kind. Thank you for caring enough about me to tell me your truth. Would you
yeah,
like a cup of coffee?
yes.
Yeah.
A lot changed for me when I started to see that one as my biggest teacher.
Yes. People get very upset about that one.
That one, yes, because they can be your biggest teacher. They
Yes.
can teach you patience, they can teach you tolerance, they can teach
Absolutely.
you love, they can teach you forgiveness,
Yes.
they can teach you a whole lot of stuff that the easier ones to love can't necessarily teach you.
A guy came to my office and he'd read the book and he came in with the book and he said, "This is a small book." I said, "Yes, I told you it was a puppy little book. It'll take you 2 hours to read." He said, "Yes, it took me 2 hours, but you don't know how many times I've read this book." So I
Exactly.
said, he said, "Well, let me tell you what I read and what sticks out. I must forgive that one. That one, I must forgive."
Yes.
So, yes, you have to forgive that one. When you come conscious, once you forgive that one and you start blessing them, they'll go away.
It hurts. It hurts to love thy neighbor even though they've done something
Why?
nasty or hurt to you.
Why do we allow them to hurt us?
Yeah, exactly.
They,
Because we identify with our name. That's why.
yes, my ego comes
Yes.
out. They just being who they are.
Yes.
I don't think anymore, and I really do believe this, that anybody can make me angry or make me sad. I have a choice there. Yes, for maybe 6 seconds, I'll think, oh my, but then I can correct myself and realize it's not my problem. Okay, I need to be kind to this one. They don't intend to be horrible. For me, people are sleeping.
Mm.
So when you become aware, then you won't be unkind. While you are not aware, while you're fast asleep, you'll be unkind.
Yeah.
So that guy that's been unkind to me, that one, is fast asleep. He's not doing it on purpose. Our ego thinks that it's been done on purpose to us.
Yeah.
I no longer believe that.
And what about being kind to yourself?
How? Love your neighbor as yourself. How on earth do you love your neighbor when you don't love yourself? Who are you?
Yes.
Who are you? I'm not
Yes.
that name. Who am I?
So many people misinterpret love yourself to pamper yourself
Yeah.
and look after yourself, and that might have a place, but the loving yourself is completely different, right?
Yes, yes. Loving yourself is accepting who you are, and you're not this body, you're not this mind, you're not this emotion.
Mm,
You are spirit.
yeah. A- And that part that we're most afraid of, as Marianne Williams says, it is our light, not our
Yes,
darkness that we are most
exactly.
afraid of. Because we know the darkness really well, don't we?
Very
We
well.
identify so well with it.
Yes. And if you become the light in a room full of darkness, you'll be amazing what happens.
Yeah.
I can't remember the guy's name, but he's around somewhere. Motivational speaker like you, so you'd probably know him. But he actually told the story of a room full of people in pitch dark that had backpacks on their back.
Yeah.
And suddenly somebody realized that the guy in front of me had a pull string on it. And he decided to pull it.
Yeah.
And the light went on. And then the whole room lit up. But that starts with being kind to that one. And kindness is a choice. You can be horrible, hateful, awful, or you can choose to be kind.
Yeah.
And most people have never experienced kindness from people around them. They expect it, but they don't experience it.
I know there's a lot of families, a lot of relationships where the environment is so harsh,
Horrible,
just so harsh for
horrible.
people and to live in. And we're supposed to be creating safe spaces, our homes, our
Yeah.
environments, our office places,
When
supposed to
we
be,
change, they will change. That we don't
yeah,
understand. They're not going to change because we want them to. The only person I can change is me.
yes. And then you always give what you want. So if you
Yes,
want people to treat you with
yes,
kindness, what do?
yes, exactly.
You treat them with
Yeah, I
kindness.
guess you see in the other person anyway. You see yourself, don't you?
Ah,
What you
oh, and
actually
now
lack,
you've opened up a can of
what you
worms.
lack, you actually see in their behavior.
Let's talk about that. Seeing other people as versions or just as ourselves,
Yeah,
because that the light is the same in each
I
person.
think we look in the mirror and we see their faults and don't recognize them as our own.
Yeah. I always tell in my talks, I always talk about how you at a dinner party and then suddenly you see someone pick their nose and it just really,
Irks you.
how can they in public pick their nose? And you go home and you complain to your partner, and your partner turns around and says, yeah, but you do that all the
Exactly,
time.
exactly. So who says picking your nose is wrong?
Yeah,
My granny said picking my nose was wrong, but it's the
exactly.
most natural thing in the world.
Yeah, but your fault is what you see in
Yes,
someone else.
yes,
And you
yes,
pick
that's
that
true.
up because
Yes,
no one else picked up that they're picking their nose
yes,
because it's
exactly.
not something they do.
And we, to be authentic and say, I pick my nose, we're not going to do that. We all do. So what's the story?
Yeah, I love that word. That's been a theme of mine for a very long time, being authentic
Yeah.
and helping people to understand what that means. And there is an authentic kindness, and there's a put on kindness,
Yeah, I guess. Do you think the put on kindness is expecting something in return?
maybe, or just for show, or pretending, or there's a selfish intention there, I suppose. You're right.
See, I see secrets for myself.
Mm,
Secrets for adults are bad
mm,
because they don't do any good for us. I mean, on your deathbed, you're still hiding a secret.
yeah,
That's not what life's about. Once you become authentic, it doesn't matter what anybody thinks of you. Really, it doesn't. I
absolutely.
don't mind what you think of me.
Nothing to hide, nothing to
No.
fear, nothing to worry about.
Yes.
They're going to think poorly or well of you. So it doesn't really matter.
Doesn't matter.
Yes,
And if you know who you are, then you will know that it doesn't matter.
yes.
Doesn't matter.
And
What do you think of me?
if
It's
you
your
know
problem.
who you are, it doesn't really matter. It's just the name, it's just the body, it's just the
Yeah.
experience.
And so kindness is a choice, but it's got to come from the heart,
Mm.
not from here. Because from here, I think it is expecting something in return.
Ah, there we go. That's the difference
Yeah.
between authentic kindness and
Yeah.
thought out kindness.
Yes. It's certainly, they always say, I always say the journey between birth is this long, 6 inches is the hardest journey you ever do. But I think the journey from your head to your heart is just as long,
Absolutely.
in a different manner, different way. But it's a long journey.
Yeah. And how do people make their journey from their head to their heart?
Well, what makes you conscious? What made me conscious? I had awakening experience. Other people don't. You don't have to. You can wake up tomorrow morning and say, I'm going to be conscious. But it is a practice.
Mm,
If you don't practice, and a practice has to be every hour. It's no good practicing in the morning and forgetting about it until night time.
yes.
Or going to church on Sunday and forgetting it about till Wednesday Bible study or whatever your belief system is. That doesn't work. It's got to be with every footstep and every breath.
Yeah.
So how do you wake up to do that? You're not going to get it right on the first day.
It's
The
a
second
practice.
guy, you're going to be kind to, you're going to do it from your head. I think. So, yes, you have to practice. For me, life's about a practice until it
Excellent.
becomes part of us.
And practice that kindness daily,
Yes,
all the time.
yes. And people are, honest and true, lives changed by kindness. How do you do that? By the guy in front that's looking for pennies to buy a loaf of bread, you pay for his bread and you walk out with a smile on your dial.
Yeah.
There's many ways to do kindness. It doesn't have to be money, but you certainly can do kindness in many ways.
With your time, with your energy,
Yes.
with your money, with your gifts, whatever it is.
Yes. And all
Yes.
of us, and also everybody else can be kind. Even that guy that's got no money for his bread can be kind to the next guy that he meets. Will it work worldwide? Me, I'm an optimist.
Yeah.
I don't believe that it takes 51% to tip that scale. I believe it takes, they tell you 4%. I don't know if that's right.
Yeah.
But you might be the next one that tips the scale for goodness. I
Yeah.
don't know.
So go out, make it your mission.
Go out and do it. That
That's
one.
it. Big one.
That
This
one.
is a big one,
Especially,
especially to that one.
and especially that sister that irritates you.
Yeah. That's not my sister, in case they're watching.
No, not your sister. The person knows whose sister it is, okay?
Okay. Okay. Well, thanks, Jean, for
Okay,
your
Michael.
another wonderful life lesson, and we will chat later.
Okay, thank you, Michael. Thanks,
Thanks,
guys.
everyone.
Bye.
Goodbye.